What's going on, everybody? Today we are going to be doing a Q&A. If you did not see, I posted a community post where you guys asked questions, and I will be answering them live with my chat as we are playing some games. But let's hop into our lobby and get started with the first question. Okay, the first question comes from Roy SG. Why is George the cutest cat in the world? I don't have a real answer for that question. He just kind of is. Sorty asks, how did you become so successful with content creation? And does it ever cause a lot of stress? I wouldn't call it stress. I would call it more, I have to plan a lot. It's always in the back of my head. I'm never stressed about it, but I'm always like thinking about it. So whereas like with school, I was stressed, like I would always think about it and it would always get me worried. I'm never worried about content. It's always on the brain. So it's hard for me to like live in the moment sometimes. So that's why I don't really travel too much, because my brain literally can't handle that. And to answer the other part, how did I become so successful? I guess I can kind of show a little bit. A lot of people are afraid to mess up. As you can see, this is just my TikTok. I have been uploading for 2 years straight. Not only that, I've been doing TikTok, I've been doing Twitch, I've been doing YouTube, Twitter. I've done every single platform. And the hardest part is staying consistent. So if you're able to stay consistent, do it every day, then you will start to see what works. What creators tend to do is they try and they fail and then they give up. If you can do daily content or weekly content and not give up and keep trying until something does work, you're doing better than 90% of creators. And you can see the same on my YouTube channel. As I started back in January, really, I have uploaded once a day, every day. And same with Twitch. When I first started streaming and I didn't do other platforms, I did a stream almost every single day. I used to have a whole bunch, but currently I have 4 cats. George is technically the only one that is mine, but there's Patches, there's Oliver, there's George, and then the 4th one you don't really see much. That's because she's very skittish. Her name is Petunia. How'd you react to 1,000 subs? 1,000 subs actually came really easily because to start out on YouTube, I basically farmed my Twitch chat by doing giveaways. And in order to join giveaways, they would have to be subbed to my YouTube channel. I wasn't really surprised with 1,000 subs, but when I hit 10,000 subs on YouTube, I basically cried because I made no money from content for a while because I invested it all back in my stream. Because in order for me to get viewers at the time, I had to do Rocket League tournaments. And for each one of those tournaments, I did a prize. And each of those prizes cost an X amount of money. And then I would just do that over and over again because I got like 10, 15 viewers. And to me, that was like crazy. There would be days where I would spend $100 on a stream and would make probably $20 off of it. But to me, I saw that this is what I enjoyed doing and it was worth it for me. And the point that like with YouTube specifically that I like really hit hard was when I made $100 in a day off YouTube. I remember the day it was like I saw it on the screen and I'm like, wait, this is something. And from that point, it really was eye-opening because I was still at that point doing college. I had a girlfriend and I was streaming. School, mechanical engineering specifically, was so time-consuming and mentally draining. I knew that it was not something that I wanted to do. So over the summer of having an internship, I not only was having my internship, but I worked 10 times harder at streaming and content that I got partner on Twitch, actually. And fun fact, I got partner on Twitch within 7 months of starting streaming. Do you think 100 wins without any emotes is good? Yeah. It depends how long you've been playing. And it also depends on what lobbies you're playing in. I only have around like 50, 70 wins on all my accounts, but that's because I don't play public lobbies and I only play with my chat. What are your favorite hobbies? Ooh, good question. So I longboard, I played ice hockey, I snow ski, water ski, but obviously most of my time goes into content creation because this is my full-time job. I can give you a little bit of like a day-to-day. I literally wake up, start editing, take a shower. Most of the time I do get DoorDash. I know that's the typical like living at home gamer thing, but it's literally so convenient to be able to shower, get ready for the day, and then just have my food ready for me. As soon as I am done eating, I start editing. Let's see, I have 2 questions. Do you like Stumble Guys, or why do I like Stumble Guys? Main reason, you're able to play with your chat. It's really good for streaming because you can play with anybody. Can you play with mouse and keyboard? Yes. And no worries, Ego. What got you into Stumble Guys? Good question. I actually want to shout out a individual for this. I don't know if he's actually live right now. His name is Augur96. But anyway, he was playing Stumble Guys, and I was like, yo, why don't you just play Fall Guys? And then I found out you're able to play with chat, and that changed my whole perspective on it, because I realized that if you're able to play with chat and you're able to play from mobile, you're also able to play from TikTok, and TikTok is the gateway for a lot of things in content. Why is George always in a basket? Good question. This is his safe space. Not only that, he likes to be carried around, but he doesn't like to be picked up, if that makes sense. I was able to use this as like a handle before he ate through it. It's kind of broken now. I'll have to buy him a new one, but essentially, oh God, don't eat it. Okay, I'll have to get him a new basket. What other games do you like? Currently, I'm playing Multiverses. I've been playing Roblox on stream, Valorant off stream. I played Smash Bros competitively for about a year. Besides that, just like Switch games, Pokemon, that sort of thing. What's your favorite type of fruit? Mangoes. Pretty much my favorite fruit. A really ripe strawberry is really good, but the average strawberry is not great in my opinion. What's your best advice? Pay attention in English class. What do you see in yourself for the future? In terms of content creation, I don't want to limit myself, so I don't know. I definitely want to get a girlfriend. I definitely want to hit 100K. I definitely want to buy a Tesla at some point. What made you want to do content creation? Good question, actually. I guess I can tell pretty much the entire story. I've been making YouTube videos since I can remember. Like, I think we all have that cringy YouTube account where we tried to be like our dream YouTuber. Like for me, as cringy as it might sound, I wanted to be the Clash of Clans YouTuber. And then like Markiplier and all those, seeing those and having a community behind them and being able to just play video games was like, dang, that would be so cool. Fast forward a little bit. With quarantine in 2020, November of 2020, Black Friday was happening, and I also got my stimulus check from COVID and the whole epidemic. So I was like, what could I do to give myself something to do over quarantine and not be so depressed and sad and whatever? Because I was doing long distance with my girlfriend at the time and doing college online, and I'm sure you guys know how online school was. So I bought a PC with my stimulus check on Black Friday. I was fortunate enough to get a great deal on my PC. After getting my PC, I started streaming probably a week after getting it, because I was like, I had a PC, but I don't know if any of you have tried to make the switch from console to PC, but none of your friends have a PC because they're on console. So I'm like, well, now what? I had no one to play with, but I had this dope PC. So I'm like, maybe I should check out Twitch streams to play with. Maybe I can find like cool people online. And then one thing led to another. I started streaming instead of watching others. Started doing daily Rocket League content. And how I got my start is I would host Rocket League tournaments, and in the title of the tournament, I would put my Twitch. People would play my tournaments, and then they would see that I was live, and then they would watch me, and then it snowballed from there. But that's where I'll leave it with that. I actually want to make a whole entire different video on how I started from content and how I went from basically unemployed in quarantine to full-time content creator. So that'll be a different video in the future. How do you put up with your chat? Good question. A combination of me seeing the growth, the positive comments, being able to support not only me, but my family with the money that I've been making. Like, I literally bought my mom a truck. A lot of people might give me crap for having a young audience and having it stem from TikTok and whatever. But at the same time, I'm making more playing a knockoff Fall Guys than some people make in 4 years. Like, it's that crazy, and I'm blessed. Don't get it twisted. Like, I grew up with not much. Like, I had to eat off the dollar menu when we would go to fast food, and like we would shop at thrift stores, and having a single mom and having to watch that growing up, I'm very fortunate to be in the situation that I'm in. So to put up with 14-year-old, 15-year-olds spamming L plus ratio or being annoying, it's like, in the grand scheme of things, it could be way worse. And that's not to get sympathy from you guys. I'm doing well now. I'm doing well. What was your first channel ever? Oh God, I guess we got to go there. Clash on Gamer was my first channel ever. I made this channel 8 years ago. You'll be able to see, is it? Yeah, this one specifically. I used to do Clash of Clans strategy videos, and I made it so low quality that it's even cringe for me to watch it now. Let me unmute it.
And balloon strategy. And you're also gonna want to have some...
I sound so nervous. Oh my god.
Archers, barbs, wizards, something like that.
Link it? I'm not linking it. No.
Alright.
Let me explain my setup here. I had my laptop that had a camera pointed downwards on an iPad I was playing with while it was over top of it. So if you notice...
So, what you're going to want to do is take out
oh
the air defenses and the wizard towers.
This video is probably the funniest because at the end here, I remember this specifically till this day. I didn't have an editing software, so what I would have to do is I would record it all at once, and then as soon as I stopped it, I would just upload it. So I was trying to stop the recording because it was on the laptop, but I couldn't see where the stop recording button was because it was facing down, right? So
don't worry about them.
Watch this.
Alright, hope this strategy helped you. This is Clash on Gamer signing out.
I had it propped up on my tissue box on my bed, which also I had to play upside down. So you see my curly hair right here. And I had trouble ending it, which you'll see my, what? I would have been like 12 here. Oh gosh, I laugh about this. But yeah, that's where I got started. Are you gonna ever not like Stumble? I don't love Stumble, guys. Like, let me be very clear. I do this because it gathers a community that I like interacting with. I don't know if you guys think I play Stumble Guys 24/7, but as soon as my stream ends, I am off Stumble Guys, and it's healthier that way. How did you choose your channel name? Baby Yoda was my Xbox gamer tag, and then when I started streaming, I just switched it to Baby Yoda 1838, and then as I grew, I took out the numbers and put _TV, and it's been the same ever since. What's the purpose of life? In the grand scheme of things, if you want to be cyclical, nothing really matters. So I would try to think about what means the most to you, and most of the time it ends up being family. I don't know, it's a hard question, but the purpose of life is different for everybody. My purpose is to make other people happy. Like, that is literally what gets me up in the morning. That's why I make content, that's why I stream, that's why I do everything. For a while I got really depressed, and this is kind of a sad topic, but I accomplished everything I really wanted growing up. Like, I wanted to be able to afford Lego sets and buy food that wasn't off the dollar menu and do that sort of thing. And once I had money, then I was like, oh, I want a girlfriend. And then I got a girlfriend. I wasn't happy still. And then I was like, oh, I want to get a job. And then I got a job that paid me $25 an hour, which, if you don't know, is a lot of money. And then I still wasn't happy. And then I was like, well, now what? And that's when I had that like whole mental block. I basically went from being in school, being in a relationship, being super depressed, to dropping out, moving in back with my mom, and doing content full time. For those wondering, I was a mechanical engineer. Mechanical engineers make a lot of money. So I turned away that to pursue content creation. So if you're watching this video, let me give you a little piece of advice. Do what makes you happy, and hopefully money will come eventually. I know I'm very fortunate to be in the situation that I'm in, but for so long I was chasing money and not thinking about what I actually wanted to do, because my dad is an engineer, my mom's an engineer. I was homeschooled, so I was taught to like math and science. I took calculus as a junior in high school. I took Algebra 2 as a freshman in high school. I think that's more impressive. It was to the point where I was living for my parents' expectations and not what I wanted. Do you play Fortnite? I used to. What's your highest kill game? I got 30 kills. I remember this. I was in English class. If we're counting Fortnite Mobile, I would roll bots in English class. Back when it was like prime Fortnite, no one knew how to build. Mobile just dropped. I dropped like 30 kills in a solos. Kind of a big deal. Let's go ahead and answer questions live, and then we will end this video here. How do I play in your tournaments to win money? You have to show up to my streams live, and then you have to be able to get into the lobby of 32, and then potentially also win. So it's very hard to get into the videos. Who's my favorite YouTuber? I think the best YouTuber is Mark Rober. I think he does a really good job of storytelling, incorporating stuff around him, the people around him, ideas. He's always doing something new. Like, one I watch the most, though, is something related to gaming, probably. I watch a lot of Mizkif, Ludwig. Did you play any sports? Oh, good question. I played ice hockey for 7 years. I played t-ball. I played soccer. I was never good enough to play in... I mean, I was good enough to play in high school if I really wanted to. But I went to a smart people high school, so I was homeschooled. I don't know how we didn't talk about this. I was homeschooled up until high school. But yeah, I was homeschooled up until high school. When I got to high school, I went to this charter school, private kind of thing, where you had to apply, and it ended up being good for me. I didn't really have too much self-confidence. I was in isolation. Everyone that was around me thought the same, was the same. We were white Christian households with protective mothers that all thought the same and did everything the same. It's like there was no diversity, there's no anything. It wasn't the real world. And then when I got to high school, I tried to be someone I wasn't. I was like, I'm going to be the cool kid. I'm going to be friends with everybody. I'm going to do this, that, and the other thing. And then I think that's with everybody going into high school. You want to fit in and do everything. But as I got comfortable in my own skin and started figuring out what life was actually like, I started to shape into the person I am today. What's the 5-year plan? Buy a house, be around others that think similar to me. I'm not saying I want a content house, but there's so many people that I love being around online, but they're so far from me. I want them to be closer because like it's hard to live your life online and then end the stream and be like, dang, I have thousands of people online there for me, but I'm just chilling with George at the end of the day. I think that might be our cue. He's tired. If you guys enjoyed this Q&A and maybe want a part 2 in the future, maybe do like an update around the new year, we can definitely do another Q&A. I'm definitely down. I hope you guys got a little bit of info out of this. I want to thank you all. The support recently has been crazy. As I've been saying, we literally have been gaining thousands of subs per day, which is life-changing. So the more you guys support me, the more I'll be able to put into my videos. And I don't plan on stopping anytime soon because I love what I do. I hope to see you in the next video and next stream or next Instagram post. Follow me on Instagram, please. 2,000 followers. I'll see you guys in the next one, and goodbye.